Hello friends, hope y'all doing fine. I got another video here of a white girl. I swear they be doing the most, the white liberals here. So this lady in the limelight thought she has a big hit piece on her TikTok account. She made this little mini docu-series about gaming culture, why it's so toxic for women. So the little experiment here that she's talking about is they did the little experiment thing in Argentina where they took 3 professional Valorant male players and they put them in the competitive match with the voice changer of a female. So without talking around the corner a lot, let's go and watch this video together and we'll break it down after. Let's see how big of a hit piece she got on her hand here.
What do you think would happen if men disguised their voices in a Valorant lobby as women? How do you think that would go? Yeah, not so good, right? So recently, Women in Games Argentina decided to try this experiment. They had 3 professional Valorant players who are men join a lobby and play, and in the middle of the match, they put on voice changers to sound like women. And this experiment went exactly as you would think it would go. If you don't know anything about Women in Games Argentina, they are an organization that is dedicated to creating more inclusive spaces for women in gaming. So back to the experiment, as these guys turn down their voice changers, any semblance of cooperation, seriously, out the window. Gone by nice to see ya. It went just like that. And the men that were disguising their voices as women were called slurs and, being trolled for playing a man's game. And, anything that us women, would normally face. The trolling was so egregious that there's stats on this. So before the men changed their voices to female, one of the players racked up 15 kills and 2 deaths in one game. And then in the next game with the voice changer on, they had 16 deaths because the male players that they were playing with in the lobby just refused to play with them whatsoever. Here's a small clip from the video, but trigger warning, it is kind of nasty.
1, 2, 3,
Probando, 1, 2, 3, probando.
Qué paja, una mina.
¿Alguien me está escuchando? Entro.
Tómatela, flaca.
Si quieren podemos intentar ir por
Nadie
B.
vaya por D, a ver si matan rápido a la puta.
¿Alguien me puede venir a dar una mano?
¿No querés abandonar la partida, mejor puta de mierda?
Ahí tenés la kill que querías.
La kill te la mereces vos y todas las mujeres.
Trata de cubrir a... Bueno,
Si no te gusta, andate.
es un juego en equipo, tengo ganas de aportar.
Anda a la cocina a portar mejor. Pedazo de puta.
No sé, que jueguen solos.
That last streamer you just saw was named Alfredito, and he went on to say about the experience that it really takes away from your desire to play. It's something you do not want to do anymore. I don't want to imagine having to live an experience like this on a daily basis. And unfortunately, that's the reality for most women who do try to start any sort of career or, even just a hobby playing an esports game. Experiences that these gamers have in this simulation or this experiment are all very similar. Lucius, the next streamer that goes on, after his experience, he says, honestly, you feel indignation, frustration. It's just very sad, really. This is exactly why women don't feel like they can pursue any sort of career in gaming or esports, because they are treated like this. The video ends with a quote saying, the greatest difficulty of this game is not the gameplay. It's not the gameplay. We know that it's not the gameplay, it's the culture. And more experiments like this and bringing to light all of the difficulties that women face is really a great step and hopefully will bring about change.
Wow, very inspiring. Should we give her a round of applause for this one, or my brain just took a shit on me for a couple of seconds here. I almost turned into a liberal because of that. But then the thinking part of my brain kicked in. Thankfully, I realized that she had no idea what she's talking about and that she's probably never played a ranked competitive game in her life. So let me just explain here and break it down for you real quick. Oh boy, where should I start? Okay, first of all, you're playing in a pub match. Do you understand what a pub match is in competitive? It's basically no man's land out there. If you don't have a group of friends that you play with, you meet random people every 30 minutes. Every new game, you meet random people. You don't know who they are, you can't control how they act. Okay, just because you're a woman, that's not special. You're not special because you're a female. Every fucking race, ethnicity, gender, whatever, ages, that plays a competitive game online, especially a competitive game like Valorant, Counter-Strike, Rainbow Six, Dota 2, everyone gets shit on in a toxic game. The competitive games are toxic. Everyone's on the internet has no filter. It's just like the internet. You can't get butthurt over this. You could play one game where you encounter a teammate who's just been tilted all day and they're just telling you to shut the fuck up and they're just being toxic. Or you just encounter someone in the next game who's just an absolute piece of shit. You could encounter someone in the next game who's just completely a nice person. That just come with playing in pub games. You meet randoms. I met girls, guys that we literally have good competitive matches with. And I met people who I could care less if they're tilted or they're just a bad person giving me this racial slur or whatever, calling me Asian this, racist that, shut the fuck up. Like, I don't give a shit, bro. It just comes with pub games. So instead of just getting butthurt over some randos online that you probably never met in your life, why don't you just report them or block them? Because games nowadays support you on that. Like, I'm not even joking, bro. It's just crazy to me that this sounds so simple, but people makes it such a big deal. If you aren't built for competitive toxic games, go play something else, bro. Go play The Sims, go get you a little 5 group of friends and just play you a little squad, bro. Don't play with randoms. To those who play the competitive games like Dota 2, like the MOBA stuff like League of Legends, you know how picky the randoms are. You could just be playing and somebody would peek into your inventory and saw the items that they don't like and they just start calling you names, all this shit. It's just the internet is, bro. When there's a toxic fight happening in the internet during a game, be mindful that these people don't know you in real life. So they will use any available sources out of you to use it as an ammunition to try to hurt your feelings. If you are an Asian and you got in a toxic argument, somebody's gonna call you some racist shit. If you're a girl, somebody's just gonna use a woman joke. That's it. That's all it is. So from my experience here, trust me, if you are a good gamer girl that's fucking carrying dudes in rank, whichever games that you play, the dudes in the lobby will simp for you. I'm not lying. That's all I gotta say, guys. If I went, too technical with this subject, it's gonna be a podcast episode, so I'm just basing it purely off my experience from gaming competitively. If you guys have any comments you wanted to add, feel free to leave it down there below. Other than that, I hope I catch you on the next one. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.